Neighbors don't even have to pay for lawn care. They got deer come over eating their grass. Dogs. Hey, what's going on, guys? Hey. Oh, hey. Oh, I don't know. I heard a whistle. Them guys over there, they don't care. They're sitting there eating. Dogs, they don't care. They're idiots. Susie's up there in the corner. Sassy's in the doghouse. Them guys are like, hey, what's going on over there? Meh. Meh. Hey, man. Oh, hey. Idiots finally found him. Sassy, you're barking at the wrong creature. Hold on, there's a car coming. Go the other way, guys. Hey, yeah, watch out for the cars. The things hurt. Yeah, go on back in the woods. There you go. Oh, we got Sally awake now. Sally finally woke up. Oh, hey. Sally finally joined the party. There's Sassy. There's Sassy. Did they wake you guys up? There's Sally up there. She got a rock. Yeah, there's Sally, dog. Hey, there's Sally. There's Sally, dog. What? Here we are, back out here in the wasp nest. You guys are on the Lad Racing YouTube channel. I'm Clint. That's Intimidator, not the Intimidator. We'll go over that one of these days, but we are in the process of pulling the engine and transmission out of the car. Had it to the track one time. Didn't drive it. Pretty much got pushed everywhere at the track. Started off with clutch issues before we ever pulled it out of the garage, but it's fan appreciation night. I kind of like that night. And it's kind of awkward to go out and hang out with somebody else's car, try and hand out your stuff. So we had took the car. The engine sounds great in here. Just couldn't get it in gear. So we're going to get the engine and transmission out, see what we got going on there. Are we going to race this year? Probably not with this car. We might jump in somebody else's seat if they let me. If you're watching this, I haven't crashed nothing yet this year. Well, we've got it out. Got to get the headers off. Would have took them off in the car, but you got to have them on to get them in, so therefore, why take them off to get it out? So we got to get the headers off, separate the transmission from the engine, and see what we got going on. We don't know yet until we get into it, so let's get the brake and more bolts loose. So after the endeavor trying to get the headers off, I think while we got the engine out, probably going to go ahead and start cutting some of this stuff out, rearranging the steering shaft to where we can get my other headers on or at least see if they'll fit or change header style. These headers aren't the best of shape to start with. And they're decent. I could run them, but you know, they're just, when they're in the car, I can't even hardly get the oil filter on and off. Getting to the starter is a challenge in itself. They're just really in the way. You gotta have them on the engine to get them in and out of the car. So I think I'm gonna get rid of them, or try to anyway, and try to do what I can to get either my new headers I have sitting in the box that I actually ended up getting for the old leafer. I think I can make them work on this car, or get a similar style header to what those are. If those don't, I can't make those work, get a similar style to what those are, what I had on the old leafer to start with. I do like the end frame simply because, you know, if we get into a crash, don't have to worry about replacing the header. Versus these, you get in a crash, you know, they're protected because they're inside the frame. So that's the advantage to these, but the big downfall is just they're in the way. Spark plugs, you can't change spark plugs, can't really get the wires on. I could go on and on, but we're going to get the engine down where I can get the bell housing off, the transmission and bell housing off without killing myself, and see what we got going on inside there. Alright, so we've got everything separated. It went a lot smoother than what I thought it would. As far as the clutch goes, I looked up in there. I really didn't see anything. Let's turn the light on. Those that had never seen anything like that. The input shaft goes through there, and up in there is a little pilot bearing that goes into the back of the crank of the engine. You know, I run a triple disc setup, as you guys can see here. I really don't see any issues with it sitting on the car right now as to why it'd be in a bind. The way the clutch works, you know, you got these shafts here, and then plus the input shaft on the transmission. When you push the clutch in, the throwout bearing pushes against this, and it pushes the fingers in, allows this plate to allows it to open up, and allows the clutches to do what they need to do inside of there. All right, after a extended lunch break and sitting down and watching the movie Drumline. Yeah, I'm a band geek, so I'd sit down and watch that, but we finally come out and got this sucker off. This is the position where I found it when I pulled it out of the car. That's an issue because when you push the clutch in, it extends out, and it might move a 1/4 inch at the most, but it should actually be all the way in, and you can see the difference of the movement there. And that's probably why the clutch wasn't disengaging like it should have. But we do have issues with this one, so I don't know if you can really see it, but we got pieces of the O-ring. Get my finger out of the way there. Pieces of the O-ring from where it blew out. So that's something we got to do. We'll take this thing apart and I'll show you the inside. Alright, so as you can see here, this O-ring goes on the outside edge here is what blew out on me. Pretty much, it's a real simple design. There's no ring on the back side, which will need to be replaced also, but you have a bleeder valve and your hydraulic line where it comes in. Pretty much you put pressure in it, pushes more fluid in, causes this to expand out till it gets to the ring that goes on the back side. But really a pretty simple design, pretty easy to fix. I do have a lot of years on this sucker, so at some point it was going to fail me. Get the O-ring off. As you can see, thing is, we'll get zoomed in here. I don't know, you guys focus. But either way, this is the issue. We can buy an O-ring kit online. It takes a specific kind of O-ring. Standard O-ring you buy at the parts store won't work, so got a special order O-rings to make it work. I've already got the old headers sold, so I guess that means if we're going to put it together, I need to make the new headers work, or find a different set of headers. But I'm going to figure out, find a price, see what we can't do to get either this one rebuilt, or I might just buy a kit, buy the whole new deal, because this one's here is pretty old, but it is in good shape. So we might see about getting a new one and rebuilding this one for a spare, or just getting a couple kits so we can rebuild this one. So that's about it on this video. Get what I need to do to rebuild these and sit down and kind of get a game plan what we got to go on with the car to get it ready for the 2022 season. Hopefully things work out and we can make it out for 2022. Like I said, we might fill in a seat for somebody if something comes up. But that's that. I'm sorry we're not going to make it out in 2021 with the Intimidator here. So I'm going to get cleaned up and go in and get something to eat. I ain't going to leave you guys with a song, but I just got done watching Drumline. So you want some good music, go find you a copy of Drumline and watch that. So we'll see you guys later.